So, Dragon Age the Veilguard not doing so good at all. Not doing so good. It's not doing good. I've seen a lot of games this year. A lot of games come out. They've all failed. But I don't think anyone has failed as hard. No, Concord failed. It was so bad it was removed. But no, Dragon Age, no one likes it. People are actually rushing just to get through it because it's so boring. But Dragon Age the Veilguard, rumored to have sold less than Star Wars Outlaws. A new rumor claims that Dragon Age Veilguard has sold less copies than Ubisoft's Star Wars Outlaws. YouTuber Dimian revealed that a source shared with him that the game has only sold about 500,000 copies, which is just half of what is rumored regarding Star Wars Outlaws. This is from the same source I shared previous Dragon Age pre-order numbers with, which is in a video a few days back. Apparently, according to them, pre-orders for the Veilguard were even less than initially thought. I told you in the video that there was only about 115,000 total pre-orders across all platforms. That's digital and physical copies, by the way. And new info that my source has now told me that the numbers actually may have been too high. The number they are hearing from people at EA now is actually between 70 to 75,000 pre-orders in total before release, which is, yeah, not good at all. Yeah. In total, what I'm told is that Veilguard may have sold overall so far anyway in the 500,000 range, which may sound good to some, but this is completely abysmal for a game of this level. Yeah, Dragon Age is a huge game. Not huge game as in the game itself, but the franchise. It's a big franchise. And for it to 500,000 or maybe less, that's pathetic. I've shown before, Black Myth Wukong, at the highest peak they had was 2 million. 2 million people. And that's, if I recall, not like a game that has any kind of previous or whatever. It's like a standalone game. 2 million people were playing it. Dragon Age only got a total of like 89,000. So, number-wise, this game is doing abysmal in every aspect of it. Not only, and that was, again, for the game's been about a week. It's been out for about a week. Today is Thursday. It was released last Thursday, so it's been out for a week. And the numbers are terrible. They're terrible. No one's really playing this game. It's only been out for a week. Some people are beating it. Some people have just gotten tired of it, and they're not going to bother beating it. And they've gotten, tried to get money back. But this game is bad. It's bad. Not only did he share that the game's sales were around 500,000, but he also revealed that players are refunding the game in droves, which I am not surprised. You push out a poor quality, subpar product with all your, gender ideology pushed into it, and people aren't going to respond very well. Because I love hearing Tosh go on for 5 fucking minutes about, being non-binary and no one understands me, and, you think I just like not being able to feel good who I am? It's like, just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. This is Dragon Age, not freaking therapy session. Okay? Just shut up. Just shut up. So if you have such a crisis with who you are, maybe you can complain about the people who made you and tell them to write you better. Like, fuck. Endymion stated, as I was told by my same source, BioWare's higher-ups believe the game would skyrocket past 100,000 concurrent players on Steam. Of course it didn't. It only hit 89,000, like I said. and has dropped. Apparently, in terms of EA subscription service, you where you pay a monthly fee to play their catalog of games, which Veilguard is part of. This offer only ended up pulling in around 20,000 players on Origin, as I'm told, which is hardly anything for a game that, again, needs far more than this to succeed. I'm also told, in terms of refunds, currently the game has at least 30,000 refunds in the past few days. Again, this game has only been out for a week. It's only been out for a week. It's Thursday. The game was released last Thursday. But yeah, keep telling me it's a good game. In the past few days, which is not good for you in your game that barely sold 500,000 copies to be hemorrhaging players like that. So generally speaking, Veilguard is not a commercial success. It needed to sell around 4 to 5 million mark to make a profit at least. So put that into perspective then. If you have you need to make $4 to $5 million, and you have less than, 100,000 people playing it. That's um it's not, yeah. In this room, if this rumor is true, Dragon Age of Veilguard is likely selling worse than Star Wars Outlaws. It's rumored that the game sold around 1 million copies. So, let's do some math. All right. So what was it? So it was $70, I think. $70. Oh, hang on. $70 times so if we're saying we're less, just do times 1, 2, 3. $70 million, which seems like a lot, but given the fact that most games are costing upwards in the hundreds of millions, 200, $800 million to make. Yeah, 70 million, that's not even breaking even. That's not even breaking even. So, yeah. Let's just $70 a game, just base, no tax, no nothing, just $70 for the game. Times, like I said, it said about 1 million units. We'll go just with that million, even though it said it might have sold less, but just to give it the benefit of the doubt. So again, 1, 2, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million. As you can see, 1 million, 70 million, which again, given how much the game probably costs to make, that's nothing. That's nothing. That may look like a big number, and yeah, it is a big number. But if you're spending 200, 300, 400 million to make the game, and you only made $70 million, that's not a lot at all. So people might see that. So that's a lot of money. No, you have to put it in perspective of, it's like a movie. If a movie costs $400 million, you need to make more than $400 million. Anything less or even breaking even is not good. So if this game cost $400 million to make, this number is terrible. This number is terrible. And I did that in front of, for you guys so you can really see and understand that this number, when you have a game that might cost 200, 300, 400 million to make, and they're only making 70 million, that is terrible. Don't let the million fool you. Yeah, if you take out the business side of it and the profit and all that, yeah, 70 million is a large number. But given that it's a company who needs to make more than what they put into the game in order to make a profit, this number is abysmal. And again, that's me being nice and saying just 1 million copies, when this game could have actually sold less than that. So giving them the benefit of the doubt, 70 million, and it's still abysmal compared to what it probably took to make the game. So, We have secured a current sales figure from sources close to the game. At the time of writing, Star Wars Outlaws just ticked over 1 million sales worldwide. It is out for only a week. It would need to double its sales in next 3 weeks to match Outlaws. Wow. Didn't they say it was actually closer to 500,000? So let's redo numbers. Again, that was giving them the benefit of the doubt, giving them the solid 1 million. But since I think they said it was like close to 500,000, so $70 times 500,000, 35 million. Again, for a game that probably costs 200, 300, 400 million to make. I don't want to hear anyone say this game was a success, because it wasn't by any stretch of the imagination. The game was terrible and it didn't make anything. Again, people might look at that number and just think that that's a lot of money. Yes, it is a lot of money, but for a company that needs to make back what it put into the game and more in order to make a profit, this is nothing. This is nothing. So don't think of terms of, oh, well, I see that as a lot of money. No, see it as a business. See it as you are owning a business. You just put $400 million into a game, and $35 million is all you made back. Yeah, it's not a lot, is it? You didn't even, not even close to breaking even. You didn't make any profit. All of about for a week. And there are plenty of evidence to believe that Star Wars or Dragon Age Star Wars, Dragon Age the Veilguard is not selling well. As Adimian notes, the game's peak concurrent player. Yeah. Again, this is a big name title. Dragon Age is a big name title, and it only peaked at 90,000, while Black Myth Wukong got 2 million. 2 million. There is more people right now. There's more people playing the Monster Hunter beta, the Monster Hunter Wilds beta, than there are people playing this game. And I think Monster Hunter is probably, well, in Japan it's really, really big. But there are more people caring about that game than this game. So furthermore, BioWare has not made an announcement regarding how well the game sales have been. This is comparison to Atlas, who shared the Metaphor Refantasio sold 1 million units in its first 24 hours. Or Banta, Sparking Zero sold 3 million units in its first. Yeah, I think that game's still going strong too, because Dragon Ball Z plus, I mean, going back to like its Tenkaichi 3 kind of model of gameplay. Yeah, people really like the game. The interactions, the what if scenarios, really good game. Another piece of evidence is the fact that BioWare revealed it will not be creating any DLC expansions for the game and have already begun shifting its development focus to Mass Effect 5. George Yang reported on Halloween, Dragon Age, the Veilguard. Now complete, BioWare confirms that there are no current plans for downloadable expansions. He added, the developer's full attention is now shifted entirely to the next Mass Effect as their current project. Finally, we've also seen Mass Effect 5's game director Michael Gamble already do damage control for his game in the wake of Dragon Age 4, the Veilguard being lampooned. Lots of people asking me about Mass Effect now that Veilguard reviews are out and October 31st is close. Both are from the studio, but Mass Effect isn't Mass Effect. How you bring a sci-fi RPG to life is different than other genres or IPs, and have to have different kinds of love. Regarding tone questions, Mass Effect will retain the mature tone of the original trilogy. That's all I'm going to say for now. In response to a user noting the Mass Effect had its fair share of humor and silliness, Gamble replied, serious characters put in some serious, some humorous situations. Now, on the game's art style, please don't Pixar ME like you guys did with DA. I'm not sure I agree with the Pixar thing, but Mass Effect is photorealistic and will always be will be as long as I'm running it. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And again, don't look at this number as this number or even the benefit of the doubt number of $75 million. Don't look at that as a person who needs money. Think of it as a corporation who just spent close to $400 million to create a game. And you needed $400 million, actually more than $400 million to even make a profit. And that's all you made. This game is not a success at all. At all. And anyone who tries to tell you, do the numbers for them. Show them this is not a success. Because most people are, like I said, are going to look at the number and see it as a big number and think it was a success. But then you have to explain to them about the cost of making the game and how it's in the hundreds of millions. So, don't let people try to gaslight you. Say, oh, it's a good game. It's a success. No, it's not. No, it's not. Just don't let them gaslight you into thinking that it was a good game and that it's going to be game of the year and that it made big peepee numbers of money. And just show them the proof. Show the numbers because numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. And then you explain to them in this aspect of what I said. Imagine yourself having a business. Because that's the easiest way for people to understand. Explain it to them like they're 5. But yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. It's a terrible game. It's a terrible game. But we're the crazy ones, right? Anyway, that's going to do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.